Sharp came here back at you with another episode coming at you from ChooseYourRelationships.com off of Love Can't Wait, which can be found on Amazon.com. So the question of the day is, how do you handle disrespectful and rude behavior if you're in public? So what if you're in a restaurant, you're getting bad service? What if you're out and about and somebody's being rude and disrespectful? What if someone attacks you? Or what if someone makes, I don't know, a pass at your woman? A lot of these situations are can be difficult and tough at the same time. So I've had situations that happen like this in the past. It hadn't happened for a long time because I don't, to be honest, I try not to go to a lot of restaurants and clubs, any place of service. I try not to go there unless I have to. Now, of course, if somebody calls me and say, "Hey, meet me at this spot," yeah, more than likely I'll go. But I try to stay home more. I'm home more today than ever since I've been 19. I'm home. I stay home more today than ever because it's the way things are going today. It's easy to get into some shit, and that's the last thing I need at this point. So you have to keep in mind that you got a lot of fools out here, and my father used to tell me, if you hang around fools, you might become the next one. So what I like to try to do, I like to try to avoid certain situations. Like, for example, if let's say if I do go somewhere and let's say I walk into a bar. If I walk into that bar, or if I pull up at that bar, if I go in that bar and the vibe ain't right, I'm out of there. I'm out of there. I use my my intuition, my sixth sense. I trust myself. If things ain't right, I'm out of there. If I feel like I'm not being treated right, service wise, I'm out of there ASAP. Like, for example, a couple weeks ago, I think this was like 6 months ago, I went to IHOP. And anyone knows if you go into IHOP, somebody usually come over real quick. I sat at that table for 10 minutes. No one ever came. I said, okay, I'm out of here. I'm not calling no manager. The hell with all that shit. Because let me tell you what usually happens. If you call a manager, I seen that shit escalate. Turns into something else. And now you on World Star, on the news. Hell with all that shit. If I'm at a restaurant, this hasn't happened in a long time. But what has happened mostly if it's a group thing, group function, things have happened. And what I saw happen a few times, didn't happen every time, a few times, when you call, if the waitress is acting a fool, and when you ask for the manager come over there, he's worse. He or she is worse. And it escalates and turns into something else. So in my mind, if it's just me here, I'm out of there. And I'll go file a complaint, or if I have to get an attorney, so be it. But there's some people they think they're gonna get the benefit of the doubt. If you call a manager over here, the hell with all that. That usually don't work. See, because you have to understand, a lot of people are biased, and unfortunately, a lot of people just can't stand to see somebody like me in the spot, in the restaurant, on flying first class, at the resort. Some people just can't stand it. They just have to say something. What are you doing here? See, this is a lot of people's mentality. Look, the hate is real out here. It's a lot of hateful, broken people out here. People just will treat you in a different manner just because you're white, you're black. This a lot of people out here that's like this, and a bunch of fools. So what I do, I just leave the whole restaurant. I'll pay for my drink, whatever I had to drink. If I ordered food, I'll cancel it. I'm out of there. I'm talking, when I say I'm out of there, I'm like, as soon as I see this thing is going to escalate into something else, I'll take out my money, pay my $5-6 for my beer. I'm gone. I've done this before. Because it's just me. And somebody else. Maybe one person. But if it's a group person, that's a little different. Because if somebody always in the group think that they can, talk it out, I haven't seen it work out so well like that mostly. Most of the time, usually escalate and turn into something else. And then you be on social media. Oh, the hell with all that. I'm out of there. Look, I have zero tolerance for bad service. I'll go file a complaint, get an attorney, do whatever I have to do. I'm not doing that. I'm not trying to work nothing out with nobody. See, you have a lot of these people that's working these businesses. They have bad social skills. They get hired, but they got the job, though. They got hired because for every other reason but experience and what was on their resume. They got hired because they knew somebody. They got hired because, he's white. She's cute. For every other reason but was on the resume. And they have bad social skills. They don't really know how to handle certain situations. And a lot of times, they're not even trained in these places. They just hire them because she's an eye candy or whatever. Or because just manages people, that's all. Just make sure payroll is done every Sunday. Whenever time going. It's like, so you're dealing with a bunch of fools in most cases. So that's why, I already know this. That's why I just get up and leave. And I file a complaint with somebody else. Because it's like, even if it's, because I used to have run-ins with cops, and I'm on the side of the road arguing, going back and forth with the cop. It's not gonna, you're gonna end up on the losing side of the stick most of the time. I always ended up losing. On the side of the road, going back and forth with a cop. Hell with that shit. I don't do that shit no more. I like, hey man, you gonna give me the ticket or what do you want? You need my license, registration, whatever. Whatever you need, so I can get the hell on. Because the longer I stay here arguing with a fool, it's not gonna work in my favor. I already know this. Because it's your word against his, and they're gonna take his word over you every time. They got videos today, and even the videos will do no justice. So my thing is, look, I want to get out of this situation as quick and as fast as possible. And and then you got some of these, you might go on a when you travel, oh boy, this is when you're gonna really run into some of this bullshit, some of these fools, broken people. See, the broken people, they always seem to want to be attracted, or they want to get next, or they want to approach the unbroken people. So I don't know how this works. See, like I remember one time I talked my way in the flying first class, and this lady, random lady, never seen in my life, was like, "Well, hello, how are you?" I said, "Who the fuck are you?" So I just ignored her, and she tapped me on my shoulder. I was like, "What the fuck?" That's when I was like, "Well, what's up?" She said, "Well, what's your name?" I just told her a fake name. What do you do? I didn't give her the right information. I just told her everything else but the right thing. I don't know you. I'm not telling you nothing about me. Are you crazy? Some people just want to know, why are you up here in first class with me? How do I justify this? And if you go to the resort, they're like the resorts in Florida, same thing. It's always, I remember like I went to a resort outside of Fort Lauderdale. It's in the western area, and we went to the pool, and it was this Caucasian lady there. She looked like she was, yeah, late 40s. She looked older than that. She was tore up to the floor up, really, you know. But we were at the pool. I'm sitting down on a chair, and I was talking, and I saw her in the corner of my eye. She kept looking, staring. I said, "Uh-oh, I know what's coming sooner or later." You know, she is, because she gonna come over here and go ask. Or she gonna ask, maybe she might ask from a distance or try to get my attention. But I know it was coming. She was like, "Hey, how are you? How long you been here? Where y'all from?" I said, "Oh, I knew it was coming. I knew it." Not only did she ask where we were from, how long you been here, she made a pass at me. She was like, "Hey, you can come over to the room later on if you want." Like, oh, no, I don't think that's a good idea. So what happened is about 20 minutes later, we was about to leave, and she was like, "Oh, I didn't scare you away, did I?" I said, "No, you're all good. Get your old ass out of here." So yeah, some people, man, just can't stand the fact that somebody like me was in that resort, because that resort was a timeshare resort, and my brother hooked us up with that resort at the time. Some people just can't stand it, man. And there's a bunch of fools everywhere you go. Now, if you live in a small town, you don't really got to worry about a lot of this shit, because people in the small towns still have their dignity, their morals, and these people they have to live here in the small town. So they ain't really trying to act a fool, cause a scene, or do anything that these people doing in these big cities. You know what I'm saying? So see in the small town, people, if they don't know you directly, they know somebody that you know, or somebody that know them indirectly, whatever. So it's that kind of deal going on. There's still people with good morals out here, believe it or not. I know you might be thinking, "Oh, morals is out the window." No, there's still some women, men and women out here with good morals, and they still believe in doing the right thing. Now, in a big city, see, these people in the big city, most of these people in big cities, they're not from here. They're not from there. You know what I'm saying? And a big city might not be for you. I mean, you might have to move from New York City to Rochester. You might have to move from Atlanta to Nashville or Charlotte. There's nothing wrong with that. You know, I know that at this point, I know the big city ain't for me. That's why I'm going back to Charlotte. The big city ain't for me. You know, I go to a smaller town. It's not too fast, not too slow. It's okay. You know, I can go back and forth to home, and it's just all good. You know, so that's all good. But see, in the big cities, most of these people, they're not from there. They're not from these cities. It's a very small percentage of people that's from there. And the people that's from there, most of them have left and moved somewhere else. It's a very small percentage of people that live in these mega big cities. And so these people that move there, they don't give a damn about this town. So they'll act a fool. You know, you got all kinds of people. The big cities just breed criminals. People come from all over the world, all over America. So they don't care. They don't have no connection to these towns. They're not from there. And they know that they're not going to be there for the rest of their life anyway. This is just a one-stop shop to the next opportunity. And then you got people that come in and out every month to these big towns. They trying to come up. So this is the mentality of these people that's in these big cities. I'm talking all over the world. It's like everybody's on top of each other. It's like roaches. So these are the people. This is the mentality of the people that you're dealing with. And there's a lot of, they're like parasites, like vultures. So how you gonna reason with somebody that's like this? You know, and the environment makes people and influences people to do certain things and behave in certain ways. This has already been proven. I mean, this is not my opinion. This is scientific. So this is why my strategy is to disengage, to get up out of there as quick and as fast as possible. You know, because you just have a lot of damaged, broken people, and they just have bad social skills that work in these businesses. And see, now somebody say, well, what if you get attacked physically? Hey man, you gotta do what you gotta do. You gotta defend yourself. Do the best you can and get it out of that situation as safe as possible. If somebody attacks you directly, you can defend yourself. It's not against the law to defend yourself, you know. Now, there's some people, they don't defend themselves. They just get beat up. I'm like, you crazy. What type of man is you? You lost your mind. It's this guy that got beat up just a couple months ago. He got beat up and still went to jail. I'm like, how you get beat up and still go to jail and didn't defend yourself? So now you're bruised up, bloody up, and you still got to go to court and pay out money. You're even better off just fighting. You probably wouldn't have been bruised up and bloody up. It's a black dude. Somebody sent me a picture a couple months ago. I'm like, that's just crazy. I'm not going to look. Let me tell you, man, I'm too old. At my age, I'm not old. I take that back. I'm an older guy, though. I'm in my 40s. I'm not taking no ass whipping, man. I'm not taking no ass whipping from anybody. I'm sorry. If somebody attacks me, and if they feel like they're trying to hurt me, I got to do what I got to do. I'm not taking no ass whipping. I'm sorry. Whatever happens, as far as, you know, after the situation, I just deal with it. I live to see another day, but I'm not going to have my head busted open like that dude, the picture that they sent me a couple months ago. His head busted open on television. This made the news. Head busted open. His head was busted open so much, half of his hair was hanging on the side. I said, oh, no, man. You know, then he went to jail. He went to jail, and he didn't even defend himself. He didn't even start it. He didn't even instigate it. It's crazy, man. And then somebody sent me a picture of not a picture, it was a actual video at some restaurant near the Porsche dealership in Atlanta, down the street from where I live. The Porsche headquarters. I don't know if that's the headquarters, but I know that's a Porsche building. That might be the headquarters in America, you know. But the building is probably 30 minutes from me, and it's a restaurant where this lady, was this I guess a Korean lady, was acting a fool. I think it was a couple, black couple group, had a reserved space at a restaurant, and this Korean lady just went over there and sat in their spot on the couches like she reserved a spot. And, you know, the lady was acting a fool. She was drunk. Maybe she was high, whatever. And somebody recorded the video, and I looked at it, and I was like, and they did the same thing that most people do. They call the manager, they call the waitress. The waitress don't do shit. Didn't even, you know, they call the manager. The manager came over. He gave the drunken Korean lady that gave her the benefit of the doubt, made it seem like the people that reserved that area were doing something wrong. Most of the time, it doesn't work out. You know, so my strategy is just to get the hell on. You know, I refuse to pay for bad service. I'm sorry. You know, so hey, maybe your strategy is better than mine, or maybe different than mine. You tell me, what do you do when you get bad service, or when you're at a hotel or a resort and some random person, Caucasian person, it's always a white woman, asks you, hey, who are you and what are you doing here? How do you handle situations? How do you handle bad service in a restaurant? How do you, what's been your experience? Have you gotten attacked directly, physically in public? I'd like to hear your story, you know, because I know what happened to me and I know how I handle it. And so I handle things based on my experience, and basically I do the best I can. So I'd like to hear your experiences and your opinions in the comment section below. So hey, if you like this video, give me a thumbs up, share it, like it, check out my website, chooseyourrelationships.com. Go there and get the gear, baby. It's right here. Go get the gear and all that good stuff. Until next time, I'm out. Peace.